It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. So let's review it all now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Hey, do us a favor. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Click the like. Leave your comments. And definitely help us out and share this video now. That's the best thing you can do, by the way. Hit that share button. We are facing the shadow ban, and that sucks. That means that when we go live and when we post stuff, nobody gets notified. Why? Because they don't like us talking about this stuff. All right, so we did a pretty decent coverage of what the hell was going on Christmas from start to finish. Now there's one video making its way. Let me pull it up, and you guys let me know what you think. Do. There's the RV recording. I need this one. There it is. Take a look. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so this is, as a little backstory here, this is the police surveillance video. Here's downtown Nashville. Commerce, second. There's the RV, right? You see this right here?
All right.
There's our RV, allegedly driven and owned by Anthony Quinn Warner.
Okay.
Who authorities say was killed in the explosion.
Right.
And they say that they confirmed DNA evidence with what they found on site after the explosion and DNA evidence from another car that he also drove.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
That's what they say.
So are we saying that cop right now from that distance couldn't see a human body sitting in that RV?
That's a great question, Robert. Right. I don't know. It is dark. From here, I can't see anyone in there.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I can't even make out that's the RV from this.
Okay.
But according to what is being said, it must be. Boom. Bomb explodes, okay? Hey, for those on the audio, iHeartRadio, and all the other listening devices, if you need to see what we're seeing, Joe Padula Show Facebook page, Joe Padula Show YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, the whole bit. BitChute, the whole bit. I shouldn't do that. Okay. The arrows are just pointing at the date and time of it all. But watch it in reverse, the video, the surveillance video. Remember the RV, right, over here? What's going on here in reverse? Do you see what I'm saying? If the RV is over here, and I'm not trying to make this into a conspiracy theory thing, I just want to know because I'm kind of confused. Check this out. RV over here on the one side of the street. Whatever's happening over here, these cars.
The shockwave from the blast.
But there's no blast coming from the RV area if that's where the explosion was supposed to be coming from. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where's the boom from the RV?
I think it has more to do with the frame rate of the camera.
Once again, in reverse.
It blew across the street.
But,
yeah,
but there's
looks like
nothing.
It looks like a burning tree at that point.
Well,
It's just one big fireball coming down the street.
You got to think about what he had the stuff in when it blew up.
Because I've seen many things blown up, especially in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Tons. Because we would come across IED fields all the time. And what will we do when we're in the middle of the IED fields? We would bring out the APOBs, okay? That's these backpacks that the guys would be wearing.
Right.
And it's you shoot it out, and a whole line of charges get shot out.
That's like what them tanks shoot out to clear out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Those are called MICLICs.
Yeah.
The tanks. Right. Yeah, army stuff. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, you got to start flexing again.
Yeah,
Well,
Mick licks.
I have.
Don't get him
I have not
started.
been in the army, but I have watched a lot of action movies.
Right, okay.
And
Okay.
I'm just thinking about that. You know, the way this is, like, say, in the Matrix or something, when something blows up and you get the fireball. This thing's blowing up in the middle of a narrow street, right?
Right.
So I imagine the explosion comes out and then it kind of gets directed in 3 directions: up the street, down the street, and then straight up. So it's making sense to me now that sort of this fireball is exploding at what really looks like out of the middle of the road because it's caught between these buildings. Because it just blew up.
Because
I saw it blow.
there's boom.
You seen downtown? You seen that street downtown? It just took the faces off all the buildings.
But again, here's the, in regular time, the explosion. Okay, there's our first, and again, Robert, I hear what you're saying with the frames, because it's, you could see the frames as the police officer walks. It's pretty good, but there is some frames that are...
But what if something off the RV hit the gas tank of the car?
But here's my thing. What about the gas tank of the RV?
Oh yeah. I guess it would have been full of gas, and there may be different explosive
Or what-
materials in there that went off at different times. You can imagine, a smaller bomb detonating a larger.
And you see all of this here, right? The brightness. Now, and again, I posted this video, and there's people out there, oh, you're an idiot, you're a moron. I'm asking a legit
Well, they're
question
kinda right.
here. Right. Well, Casey, that doesn't help your argument. You haven't said a damn word. But it just, things don't, especially when... Because, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Lawyer Wayne and Casey when I was telling my Army stories, okay? We would review the footage in reverse for these explosions.
Okay.
To see where IEDs were laid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because, boom would be the explosion, and then we take the footage, especially since I was a combat correspondent, my footage would be used for all of this stuff, analysis. So, as they're reviewing it, watching it in reverse to see implosions.
Right. Kind of like Tenet.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Tenet. Is that a game?
Good
No, it's a
movie.
new
movie.
Christopher Nolan movie. Time runs in reverse. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Is that a game? So just looking at it in reverse.
So, Joe, what is your military professional opinion about
What are you thinking?
What are you
Multiple
thinking?
bombs?
I'm thinking there's something here. There's something across the street.
Oh. So he blew up something that was across the street.
Yeah.
Something was off.
Or I'm not saying he.
Oh, we don't know if he did it or not.
To be honest with you, I mean, it's again, I'm not a nut job. I just want confirmed information. That makes sense. And the ones who are like, when this video was posted on the Joe Show page, and I shared it, and then people, well, you're such an idiot, you're a moron. If you need it explained to you, well, I guess I am, Casey. Maybe I am a moron. I need
Are
it
there
explained
any
to me.
other angles? This is the video I've seen the most of, too. I haven't seen any other video footage of the actual explosion itself. I wonder if there are any.
There's gotta be.
You'd think so.
There's cameras.
Security cameras all over the place.
And
right?
that leads to another question, Lawyer Wayne.
What about on the Bell South building? Camera on that?
Why would this be released? This police footage of this security camera, when you know there's tons of other cameras out there, and that footage not being released.
I'm sure it's all being analyzed.
Well, I'm sure they analyze this too. And here you go, public. Same thing with the body camera footage that has been released from the officers. The one that they released had pretty much nothing to do with the bombing. The officer was a block away, facing the other way, and had to go run towards the area.
Well,
When you had this officer here, I wonder what his body camera says or shows of what the hell was going on. As that countdown was happening, as we all heard, right? The evacuate now, blah blah blah. The song Downtown being played by Padula Clark, right? So it's just strange. I just find it very interesting.
it's a strange case.
Yeah, something is not right. I hear you. Casey, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not a fire expert.
Me
And
neither.
I think it's hard too because there's so many factors that go into, like Lawyer Wayne said, it's a very thin alley, a thin road. And so there's no telling what was in the front of those buildings or in the other cars that created more explosions. And for the record, I wasn't calling you an idiot because of this video. I was just calling you an idiot in general.
Oh.
Thank you for
Just to
clarifying.
clarify.
Thank you.
Have I ever called you an idiot?
Yes.
On air, public? No. No need to.
No, but you've called me lots of mean other things.
Such as? What? Asking you your weight is not mean. Yeah, so
I'm sorry, Joe. You're not an idiot. I'm just kidding with you.
Nah, it's all right.
I'm
I
getting
am.
so upset.
Here's the thing. I want it to be this wackadoo nut job who was so depressed, the whole bit, and wanted to make sure that nobody got killed. So he set up, the warning and move away, move away. Yes, I hope it is.
No.
But that's what I'm saying, Lawyer
It
Wayne.
can't be that.
Why?
Well, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would one guy just be depressed and go do that? That doesn't make any sense.
There's
same-
He's
gotta
being
be
sarcastic,
It's the
Wayne.
same thing. Oh, yeah.
No,
But
Look, there's
that
only
could-
two explanations. Organized crime, right? This was a hit. This was a cover for a heist or something like that, right? Or kind of some kind of insurance scam. Because why else would you want to set off a big bomb with no casualties? Right?
Well, here's the thing.
Or it's like nation states. You know, it was a Russian. He's a Russian plant that was bombing a CIA safe house or something. It's got to be something like that.
So let this.
That's why the FBI didn't grab him up when that lawyer called up and said this guy's building bombs in his RV. They shut that down. Like we know.
What
He's
is
one of us.
what is the consequence of the AT&T disruption throughout all the zip codes
Yeah.
that were a part of that problem? If anything could come out of AT&T being disrupted, either government or commercial, by them dropping down from that explosion during that time, what theoretically could have happened?
And then I hear the theories about the Dominion voting machines, which had some merit to it, but it's not actually there and stuff like that. And then other ones that potentially this guy might have been a 5G conspiracy theorist, right? You know what I mean? How it's unhealthy. But his girlfriend, or his ex-girlfriend, I should say, according to reports. So a police report from August 2019 shows that Anthony Warner's girlfriend had warned Metro Police that he was building bombs in the RV trailer at his residence.
Yeah, they've got a recording apparently of the lawyer. I heard her lawyer making a 911 call saying, "Yeah, this guy's building bombs in his RV."
Here's the report, and then some more, too. So police recorded the following in the report, August 29th, 2019. Warner's girlfriend told police that he was building bombs in his RV, and he spoke frequently about the military and bomb making. An attorney told police that he believed that Warner was capable of making a bomb. Police went to his home, and no one answered. They observed the RV in the yard behind the fence. Police attempted to get Warner to open the door, but never made contact. His home and several security cameras and wires attached to an alarm sign on his front door. Metro Police, they also said that Warner's girlfriend had an attorney that Lawyer Wayne was just talking about, Raymond Throckmorton III. Ooh, Throckmorton.
Lawyer Throck.
Yeah.
Esquire.
San Dimas High School football rules. Well, the attorney said that she was worried for her safety in relation to Tony Warner. So the South Precinct officers went to Miss Penny's home on the morning of Wednesday, August 21st, 2019, on a report from Mr. Throckmorton that Miss Penny had made suicidal threats to him via telephone and was sitting on her front porch with firearms. Officers arrived and saw that Miss Penny did have 2 pistols on the porch next to her, but they were not in her possession, and they were not loaded. She related that the guns belonged to a Tony Warner, Anthony Quinn Warner, and that she did not want them in the house any longer. So Tony Warner was not on the scene as a result of their interview with Miss Penny, and out of concern for her safety, Mobile Crisis was contacted, and Miss Penny spoke with them via telephone, and they determined that she was in need of psychological evaluation and she voluntarily went to with an NFD ambulance for that purpose.
Yep.
While at Perry's home, as the report reflects here, officers also spoke with Throckmorton, that's the lawyer, who they were told represented both Perry, Miss Perry, and Anthony Warner. So on the morning of August 21st, 2019, officers also went to Tony Warner's address on Bakertown Lane, that house that we all been seeing, and no contact was made. They said they saw no evidence of a crime and had no authority to enter his home or fence property. Yeah, Fourth Amendment there, right? Mm-hmm. Going into effect, which is a good thing. Yeah, so and then the Hazardous Devices Unit, they made a report August 22nd. Mm-hmm. And the narrative from the report of Warner's identifying information were sent to the FBI to check their databases and also determine whether Warner had any prior military connections. So later in the day, believe me, if you want to learn how to make a bomb, you don't have to have military connections. Later in the day, on August 22nd, 2019, the FBI reported back that they checked their holdings and found no records of Warner at all. And on August 28th, 2019, the FBI reported that the Department of Defense checks on Warner were all negative. So no Army time, no military. And during the week of August 26, 2019, the Hazardous Device Unit, they made contact with the attorney, Throckmorton.
Right.
And the recollection of that call is that Warner did not care for the police and that Throckmorton would not allow his client to permit a visual inspection of the RV. So in no time was there any evidence of a criminal detected, and no additional action was taken.
Right.
So there you go.
Because that's how it goes.
And he has one arrest warrant for a marijuana possession.
Well,
January 1978.
That explains it. Back in the 70s. Smoking the gun.
Joe, as the resident military expert here.
Expert, I know some things.
Okay. If you watch that bomb explode and you know his caliber of obtaining materials to build that bomb, what is that bomb made out of? Likelihood.
Could be phosphorus. Let me take a look. It's a good question.
Because it's flash.
Damn, I wish I had my EOD buddies here. I wish I had my 12 series combat engineers here. I don't know. And I know there was things going around that this guy had a license to obtain bomb-making materials, which is not true. That's a totally different Anthony Warner of a much younger age out of, I think it was Missouri. Mm-hmm. Right. But man, I don't know. I just got questions. I
still want to go back to the idea that somebody could see a human body in that RV. I mean, I'm assuming that he's sitting in the driver's seat waiting for this thing to go off and not in the back of the RV.
Here's the thing. That's an excellent point, Robert. If all of this of the music is being played, the countdown and everything is coming from the RV, okay? Mm-hmm. And this cop who is casually walking around, and they were brought down there because of reports of shots being fired, multiple shots, right? We all heard this part, right? So shots were being fired real early Christmas morning in downtown Nashville at this location. They go to this Airbnb area that the shots fired were being called from. And
imagine you like calling the SWAT team. They'd have like binoculars and things scoping them out.
If they're hearing that step away for more than 15 minutes.
Everybody taking off.
Snipers on the roof.
Right.
Scopes are in the windows. Yeah.
No, this officer looks like he's about to go
get it done.
Tie a shoe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, they got everybody out of there. And, yeah.
That's a lot of property damage to not be concerned. To just be walking around. I mean, I don't know if it's like low end response. You know, they just don't have the people. It's Christmas morning. They're trying to not affect people in the morning.
It's just one guy acting alone, motive unclear.
6
case
cops
closed.
were down there, or 6 cops were at least.
That's all we're ever going to hear.
That's what I'm saying. There's just.
It's too easy a case. It's done. It's over. There's nothing more to report.
Casey, what questions do you have?
Well, what I was thinking is it possible that he wasn't even in the vehicle, and since it was his vehicle, they found his DNA?
No. They found DNA that matched DNA that they found in a different vehicle, which he.
No, they
I thought they
say
found it at his house.
But can
No,
they?
you said a vehicle.
yeah, a vehicle, a secondary vehicle,
Oh.
and the
Definitely.
DNA that they say that they collected was from the explosion.
Right.
So they say it was a suicide mission.
Yeah.
But could it not be just from him being in the car? And is it his body DNA?
I want to know if it's like a finger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it an earlobe? What did they find?
It was probably an earlobe attached to the VIN number because they found that too.
And that's
It's just-
another great thing.
It was all just sitting right there in the middle of the street.
like, look at here. Let me show you something
tooth?
here.
The tooth is a great way to plant it because
yeah.
Where are you?
because you can pull a tooth and then just leave it wherever you want and let them find it later. That's what I'd do.
That's what you would do?
Yeah, I'd pull a tooth. Like if I wanted to fake my own suicide bombing,
Yeah.
I'd like pull some teeth or something, scatter them around.
Scatter your teeth around?
Yeah, to leave it behind as if I'd been blown to bits.
This is the footage from the guy that lived down there as he walks out.
Holy moly.
Oh, the spaghetti factory.
Spaghetti factory.
What was he
Spaghetti
parked
factory.
directly in front of? Do we know exactly what was the apparent target?
Looks like he was a lot closer to Sabaros. Is that still there? I haven't been down there in a long time. There's a spaghetti factory right
it
there.
is. And for the explosion, look where, and then all the way down the block, this building and the other buildings have so much damage.
Yeah, the windows are all crashed out.
Hold on, let me show you this one too. All right, so here's some footage.
Yeah.
I do find that interesting that they also reported that they found, and again, you know, you're a moron. I'm just asking questions here. That they found, like you said, Robert, the VIN number of the car. The actual VIN of, you know, that little plate that has, you know, your
Right.
vehicle
Yeah.
identification number.
It's,
It's
on
like-
the
it's
motor.
like- it's like
it's
the
on the
black
motor
box.
though too.
It's on the motor.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. Wow.
It explains a lot about the integrity of the RV then, right? Because the explosion's going to go out the weakest points. You know, the heavier portions probably are going to slide down the street, but it looks like,
And then the question.
is that the RV?
So yeah, so here's the house. Still got the air conditioner in the window thing. There's the alleged parked RV, the Chateau, I believe is the make.
But the one in the video looked like more late 80s, early 90s.
Well, here's surveillance that was released.
See, that's like early 90s.
Okay, this is the video released, the surveillance video of. Here's the driver's side. Check this out from Google Earth though that we went over. See the brick house, right? See the fence. See the Chateau RV. Look at this. Look, see these lines here? It stops here. It doesn't go all the way to the end. And there's some things here, and there's this thing here.
That's on the driver's side, right?
This is the driver's side. Yep. Now, where's that second line, by the way? I'm just asking a question. Do you know what I mean? Where's the second line that we were just looking at, and why does this line go all the way to the back, and where's the other things here? If this is the, you know, and this picture has gone viral about, hey, we noticed the RV. And then this, two lines from the house. There's the brick house that we just saw, and the fence. This is from the Google Street Maps. From Bakertown, what street that is, in Antioch. And I don't know. Did he decide to take off one of the stripes and make the one stripe longer and then remove these things? Because And again, it's just questions.
Go back to that last picture.
This one, this one.
Yeah, is it really a line, or is that just the top of the RV?
This could be the top or a shadow, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
I could say that. But again, it stops here, and the end of the RV is over here.
Well, I guess so. I guess what your real question is, or the point you're trying to make is why have everything buttoned up so quickly?
It is so very quickly.
I mean, that's what you're
investigation-wise.
saying, right? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
they've got a name, they've got DNA, they've got VIN.
They had a name within 24 hours.
Case closed.
Right.
And you just
Nothing to see here, folks.
yeah, nothing to see here. We're done with this.
Like to the point where
It's like Wayne said, case closed. It's over.
It's just like the Las Vegas shooting. The
It's very good. It's a very good parallel.
largest mass shooting in the United States. One guy acting alone, no clear motive, nobody else involved. Case closed.
case
he's dead.
closed,
That's
and,
it.
and you don't hear anything about it anymore.
Why did the guy do the thing? Oh,
Right.
I guess we'll
Don't
never
know.
know. Killed like
Yeah.
500 people.
It does.
No
well,
idea.
I mean, it's very disruptive to the psyche, right?
Yeah.
To not have a motive, to not have clear conscious thought of what's going on. I mean, me and Wayne, we have our little Facebook messenger group, and I told him based off something else that you had posted about the AT&T, like the coverage zones or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, within those Kentucky zip codes, and now I'm throwing my conspiracy out.
Ooh.
Fort Knox is in there.
Fort Knox, Fort
Yeah.
Campbell. Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of military stuff that got put
That
down
got hit.
telematic if they're subscribing to AT&T infrastructure.
if you need
So-
a certain phone line down for 30 minutes or so to do something,
Or a distraction.
you don't want to kill anybody, right? So you do it Christmas morning when nobody else is around. All the because if you do it on any other holiday, people are going to be out for like spaghetti factory and stuff. Not Christmas morning; they're all home opening presents. And stuff.
Right. With the warning system, like
play
Bay, you were
warnings.
saying the other day.
And thank God no one got killed
And then
except maybe him.
listen to the leader of Nashville, okay, Mayor Cooper. All right, and again, like nothing to see here. It's all good, right? A bomb just went off in your city, like, and this is moments, hours later. You're on TV. Your people are like, whew. But here's what he says.
You get great help from your federal and state partners, too. They're working the problem. They're going to keep people safe. And that's part of the reason I can be calm is because I know we're backed up by really great first responders here. But they're going to be super careful, and they're going to inspect everything and make sure that, this is the only explosion that's going to happen in Nashville today.
He had absolutely no idea if that was going to happen. There could have been bombs going off everywhere.
Right.
And
People-
they would have been
people get-
all
look,
responding.
Imagine what his morning looked like, though.
That's true.
It's Christmas morning,
Okay.
6 in the morning. He gets a call. We just had a bomb go off across from the spaghetti factory in downtown Nashville. And
This
all
is
of
some
a
poor
sudden,
leadership, though. Laughing like that.
No. Think about how his day went. Christmas morning, gets a call. He's woken up because probably stayed up late the night before Christmas Eve. Gets up, worst things going through his head. Finally, the reports come in. Nobody killed. Right. Some minor
That's good news.
Some injuries. I
Right.
think like 3 people are injured.
Yep.
No deaths. Huge sigh of relief.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it's terrorism. It doesn't look like nobody was killed. No officers killed. He's got to have been at that point.
How
so
does he
relieved.
know though that it's just a one-time thing?
He's probably running off of adrenaline since 6:30 in the morning, and the
Explosion
humor's a
that's gonna
defense
happen in
mechanism.
Nashville today.
Okay.
He's got huge amounts of. I'm not going to give that guy a hard time for cracking a joke.
No, I think it's poor timing to the
No,
laughter.
Oh yeah,
The laughter is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just
His words, I'm okay with his words. It's his whether it's a nervous tick or not. You know what I mean?
I think
people
I
absolutely
think
do
he's
that.
very nervous because he only laughs after he realizes like this is the only bomb going off today.
Right.
Like, that's so
If
messed up.
if another one happens, yeah.
It's going to happen in Nashville today.
Like, come on, Comrade Cooper, what are you doing?
That was the only one that they prescribed to happen that day.
Right.
Imagine Rudy Giuliani, September 11th. Okay, he comes out. Okay.
Is it not the same thing?
Everybody, calm down. The terrorist attacks. Right.
Not to minimize.
Oh my God.
A bomb going off.
No,
nobody
I hear
hit.
you. You're right. You're right.
It's different. He's in a much better mood because it could have been a lot worse. Somebody sets a bomb off downtown
Fair
Nashville
enough.
like
Fair
that.
enough, Lawyer
You think
Wayne.
hundreds dead,
Fair enough.
and I'm very thankful that didn't happen.
But yeah, look at this outage.
Plus, it frees us up to make all these weird conspiracy theories and make jokes about it and stuff. Because if somebody died, it'd be be a very different story.
That is a lot of outages.
Yeah.
There's a whole region.
Unreal. Hey, you know what? You know what's here? Oh, Casey, you leaving? You ditching us? You got to go pick up your kids?
Yes, you told me.
No, I appreciate it, Casey. We miss you here on the show. Thanks for leaving all that Halloween candy, too. All right,
That left
Casey.
over from Halloween?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I ate some of this.
Have a good one, Casey, all right?
Nice to meet you.
All
Nice to
right,
meet you.
all right. We're still broadcasting, please. Bye, Casey.
All right.
Yeah, look at all that coverage.
But anyways.
Yeah, Fort Knox.
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox. Like, not even like here, but Fort Knox.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, if there's any motive at all, it directly affected what, and that's
Because your other alternative is it's just a crazy guy that's depressed, wants to kill himself, and picks that spot for no particular reason and accidentally knocks out.
well, any member or any Nashville citizen is going to know that if you want to make a big impact, it's either Broadway or it's North 2nd Street. Right?
Sure.
You want to blow up, and to be fair to what we were talking about earlier, North 2nd Street is much more narrow than Broadway. So if he would have parked in front of Tootsie's, he would have taken out Tootsie's. That would have been it. He wouldn't have got across the street probably. But in North 2nd Street, he could have blown up. But he could have blown up Printer's Alley. I mean, he could have blown up a lot of landmarks.
What are your thoughts on this one?
I just don't understand the old spaghetti factory. It's such a great place.
Dominion voting, the systems.
I haven't watched that.
Great. Now we're going to get kicked off.
So check out this one. So Anthony Quinn Warner, right? There's this movie back in the day called The Night Before Christmas. All right? And it was originally called Larceny, Inc. Larceny meaning theft of personal property, right? So it stars an actor called Anthony Quinn. All right? Now, the movie owned by Warner. Okay? Warner Brothers, right? There was a filmed on location. So, Warner Brothers, now known as Warner Media, LLC, is owned by who?
AT&T.
AT&T.
Right.
Okay? AT&T, who owns Warner Brothers, all right, which is, yes, all connected to Warner Media. One of the taglines is, "Shut your mouth or I'll steal the gold right out of your teeth."
Nice.
Talk about Fort Knox.
Okay? Now, Tariq Nasheed puts out a tweet. Follow him. Check him out. Interesting. I don't see eye to eye him politically a lot, but I like watching his stuff. This might be strange coincidence, but the AT&T building in Nashville that was blown up today was owned by Cerebus Capital, owners of Dominion Voting Systems. The company many people are accusing of voter fraud are former executives of Cerebus connected to Joe Biden and Bill Clinton. And the thought was, or what was being said was, those Dominion votings that had just been audited was going to the AT&T building in Nashville. Interesting.
Well, so what are you driving there then? Are you driving this guy?
He's a fake.
He's not just
He's
that
a
he's
constructed identity. He's not real.
The theory is he's a patsy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get that then. I get that. But why blow it up?
Because they're hiding the evidence.
Because
And they're stealing the gold from Fort Knox.
according
right
to
out of
the
your teeth.
theory, the Dominion voting machines that were going to be audited
Right.
were being housed in that location.
Yeah.
See, I thought the outage was because there was a fiber hub beneath the street there. I thought, was it in the building? It was actually in the building?
What's amazing is
I don't know.
the explosion, and I wish I had the pictures.
The top view would be better.
So when a bomb goes off, boom, it goes out, right?
You see the point of impact?
There should also be a hole. Mm-hmm. Okay? There should also be a hole.
Yeah.
Ground zero.
I don't know. The pictures I'm being sent are just showing holes, but not where that RV was parked. Holes in the ground by other buildings.
We'll see.
So it's just interesting. Tell us let us know what you think. I mean, man, and anything else before we move forward to the next topic?
No, wait. So what would the Nashville government, what would Tennessee TBI, FBI, what would they have to gain from patsying out this explosion?
That's a great question. So, what would they have to gain?
Redevelop.
If
It's all a big gentrification scheme. Yeah, destroy a bunch of historical downtown so you can rebuild it bigger and better.
The only thing that would make sense
Sounds like a Clarksville thing we should do.
would be if those machines were going there, or they were there. That's where, if you say like maybe a Democrat-ran city would be involved with FBI, as we know, FBI has a lot of ties with doing some wrongful doing things to campaigns.
Or if this guy's like a secret agent or something,
Yeah.
you know, somebody figures out he's building bombs. What are you going to do? You're going to take the girlfriend that reported him, you're going to put her in for a psychological evaluation, and the FBI gets a call that says, nothing to see there.
Where's the suicide note potential? Where it's 68 to 70+% of suicide leaves a note.
No manifesto, no
right?
obvious target, no obvious motive
Or not that we know of.
that we know of. Not that we're. That's why it's so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
Interesting.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, and Anthony Warner didn't blow up that RV.
But better watch out when you talk
Oh,
about the Epstein.
sorry.
They might cut us.
I'm not on here very often. I don't know the rules yet.
They've cut us before. It's unbelievable. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. All right. Well, coming up next, let's do this. Ah, look at this. Dar's making his way in. What's up, Dar? How are you, brother? It's all, we just got done talking some deep
I've
talk.
been listening and watching.
That's crazy,
and
man.
So I'm a sapper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Expanded
What do you
combat
think?
engineer.
Yes. Combat engineer. Perfect. Here, let me pull up the video.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think it was a combination of chemicals and fertilizer made into a liquid gel, and then probably.
here, say it on microphone if you don't mind.
Yeah. That's Maggie, by the way. That's not Lucy.
Oh, what's up, Maggie?
Hey, Maggie.
All right, so before we get into this, Dar, veteran and now owner of Chemo's Hawaiian Bar and Grill, which, by the way, every Wednesday is some trivia over there. You want to go check it out at 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow they're going for the Guinness Book of World Records, the world record for the largest musubi, okay, which is a spam and rice. And it's going to be over 800 pounds, and they're going to be building it tomorrow and feeding the homeless. Dar.
Yeah, but we are that one. While on that, we had to move the location, so 2020 will not quit, right? So
Right.
it's going to rain, so not downtown Commons. We're going to do it on location at the brand new Loaves and Fishes facility.
Perfect.
All indoors.
We'll get into that in a bit.
Good.
Okay,
Let's talk about this.
your military experience. How long you were in the service, and what was your MOS? What was your specialty? What was your focus?
In 30 years, I started out enlisted. I was a Cav Scout, and then did some time with other units, and then OCS, became a combat engineer and rose to the rank of battalion commander and commanded a combat engineer battalion.
Okay, beautiful.
Dar-
That's exactly who I want to
Tactical
talk about.
combat.
Dar, next time you do that, you got to do this.
Yeah.
No,
Combat engineer, 12 series.
when you really have it, you don't have
You
to
don't have
show
to
it.
do that? No, stop.
Boom. All right, Dar,
You
take a look.
find the pack a fight.
All right, so Dar, were you able to watch this video at all?
Small screen.
So,
couldn't see.
so Dar, you're saying all that is accessible to a civilian? All this
Absolutely.
material. Just a little bit of knowledge of how to stabilize it until exploding.
Dar, can you explain this?
Oh, see, that's the thing. Almost all explosives are incredibly stable. Except for nitro. They only become unstable when you add the primer and compression heat. That's it.
Compression and heat.
Compression and heat. That's what you need.
So, Dar, here's the RV allegedly, okay, on this part of the screen.
Right? Where? On the top left there? Go back.
Here, you ready? There we go. There's the RV.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the officer. And again, that was great observation because if the RV, the reports of that warning that was being put out, evacuate, right? And Padula Clark playing from the RV downtown, the whole bit. Why is this cop just saying, I'm just going to walk around a little bit? I did find that very interesting. Why wouldn't somebody go up to the door of the RV, knock on it, and be like, "Hey, sir, what's going on?"
Yeah, he just told you got 30 minutes to 15
Right.
minutes to neutralize this situation.
Yeah, you got 15 minutes. I'm going to use that 15 minutes to knock on the door to see the guy in the RV. Right.
Yeah. They open it, it's just a bunch of scattered teeth.
And the officer leaves the area nonchalant, not in a hurry, not in a panic. After evacuate now, right? Right. And by the way, very similar voice to the AT&T voice.
Are you able to
Play that one?
No. Play it very slowly. From
Yes,
play
sir.
it like almost frame by frame. from
Check
the-
this out.
Yeah, go back up. I want to
Watch
see.
this. Well, I got it slow-mo in reverse.
Okay.
Okay, there's the time. Now let's watch it in reverse, all right? Because here is where that RV is or was, but right here. And not right here, not this car. You know what I mean? Not this car. Right here seems to be, across the street from the RV, is where it's smoldering.
I think something got blown out the RV.
Remember, RV, slow motion, reverse. What is that about?
Are we going in reverse right now?
My biggest takeaway from
So,
this
it
whole
was real-
video
Yeah,
is,
you only got like 4 or 5 frames of the explosion itself.
yeah, but my biggest takeaway of the video is these little posts here. Mm-hmm. All 4 of those on the right are fine. The one on the left is fine, but that one in the middle, boy, it got it.
No, right here. You're talking about.
Yeah, those
Right
are all
there.
fine at the end, but that one over on the left, right in the middle, that one goes down.
That's interesting too. Yeah, that is something, right?
Well, that could have been hit by something. In the
Yeah,
past,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Right, right.
must
But yeah,
have
but that
been-
should
What I'm
that
really
should
trying
give
to
you
look
some
at
kind of
is
projectile force, right?
I'm looking for point of
some
detonation.
blast radius.
All right, point of
Right.
detonation, right?
And the point of meaning, like exact, because where an explosive is where the energy is going to. So if I
Here's the
put
frame.
a bunch of
Here's the first-
C4 here, and
Yeah.
I plug it here with my primer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the force of energy is going that way. If I put it here, it's going this way. So the point of initiation of the demolition is what determines the direction of energy, followed by the path of least resistance.
So would you concede that this frame matches up with the RV location? The center point of that explosion is coming from the RV.
I would
You've
agree
got
with that.
you've got something on the right.
It looks like it.
You've run into
Yep,
the
it
left.
looks like
There's
it.
nowhere else for it
And
to
so
go.
the reason that most of it, as you're looking at it, is over that you're saying over to the right where Rodizio Grill and all that is. That's the path of least resistance. He's very close up to a building on the one side, so it's going to catch and reflect. And, of course, what went in. Plus, those are mass-constructed buildings, which matter. So they're going to stand up a little better than frame construction. So all those old, meaning that they're made with brick and mortar all the way through, and everything lines up, and it's not wood and with a brick facade. So it followed the path of least resistance, going down that way where you say everything's smoldering. That's most likely debris coming from it. Were you able to see how big of or deep a hole in the ground it made?
No, and that's one of the things that we were just talking about is when bombs do go off, as we've seen overseas, there is quite the crater.
Always.
And the craters that I have been seeing in pictures were not from a point on the street where the RV would have been parked. It's been next to buildings away from that RV. It's just weird.
And so that's, because that's where you're really going to be able to tell is from the ground is going to tell you everything you want to know. I mean, so when we would go out and do mortar analysis or you do any type of detonation analysis, that point of detonation is going to tell you where the bomb was, where it started, and then which direction everything went. So that's where really the bomb experts are the ones who have to go in there and say, where was this thing actually initiated at?
Well, Dar, maybe you can help out
And
with this. This right here, take a look at the video. Right? Okay? Mm-hmm. Why? Why is it over there?
See, that's the thing. That's why I was saying, can you slow that back? Because I'm not seeing that.
This is as slow as I can go with the
Yeah,
frame
no.
of the security camera.
So that's either a fireball coming out. So those RVs are, I mean, they're
Plus, you got to
they're
think.
nothing. They're paper mache, right?
Well,
And
you think he had gallon drums?
that is most likely is like a type of in the Vietnam days they would have called foo gas. Or
Robert, look
something,
at this.
But, so a mixture of well, I don't need to say how to do
Look at
this,
the
but
explosion from here.
It's not hard to make, and that's
And now it is favoring the right side of the screen, the explosion. Do you see what I mean?
You're in reverse now?
This is, I mean, here we go. So you can tell it's reverse, debris is returning back to the center of the street, right? Okay. Explosion going out. But now I'm going to reverse the reverse, bring it back forward, okay?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's just weird.
It does look like there's an explosion that's initiated, almost a secondary explosion.
Yeah. Is that
to
another
the
car? Is
right.
that another gas tank?
I'm just saying.
Parked car?
Here's what I'm going to say, which is probably the most accurate and true thing. None of us know.
Right.
And until you can be down there on the ground. I have
Exactly.
my guesses and ideas, but I patently don't know. I do know there was an explosion,
Aw.
and I'm going to put Maggie down.
It's all good.
And but exactly where it's an odd.
We'll fix
I've
that in
seen a
just
lot
minute.
of explosions and whatnot, but
Yeah.
that's a weird one. I can't really explain it, and unless you're really there on the ground, you can't.
Right.
Maggie.
Crazy. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll get into it more. Maybe just not today. We got to move forward. Yeah. Ooh, it's crazy times, but let us know what you think. And hey, again, definitely hit that notification bell. Leave your comments. Share this video, okay? I don't know. What do you think? Fill us in. And hey, if you call me a moron or a retard or whatever words you're using, fine, so be it. I just got questions. There's nothing wrong with questions. If you got the answers, hey, you're smarter than me. Teach me.
I want to interview Halle Berry, Hugh Grant, and
Why is that?
remember
Oh, swordfish?
The swordfish,
Swordfish?
man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this is swordfish.
I
heard you earlier. Like, what was this is a distraction. Whatever this is, it ain't this.
I would rather interview not swordfish Halle Berry, but Monsters Ball Halle Berry.
Of course.
Right? Make me feel good. Right, that
I'm
one?
just saying, honestly,
Right.
when this happened, that was like immediately came to my mind. I'm like, oh my God, this is swordfish.
It's crazy.
Or you can go to Ocean's 11 the very first time when they did the electrical whack, to knock all the power out for a half a second, right?
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.